Hello, good afternoon, and welcome once again to your wealth class on Lagos Television. I am Abayomi Obabolujo. Likely on this program today, we're going to be doing more of what I call peer-to-peer analysis. We will be doing that Zenith against Guaranty Trust Bank PLC because, again, in my village, it is said, or in the entire Yoruba land, it is commonly said and it is believed that you can only make comparison of identical objects. And so that is why we're going to be looking at Zenith and Guaranty. We actually started that last week, Monday, but for time, we couldn't complete that. So we're going to be starting from there today. And in the same vein, identical objects, items that are comparable are those that you should, in actual fact, compare. We're also going to be looking at Access and UBA. Now, all these companies that I've mentioned, so far so good, have brought their audit report for the full year 2018 to the market for Zenith and for Guaranty. We've taken the time to look at the basic ratios. You see, when it comes to comparison, there are different metrics, there are different methodology. For example, you could take the time to consider the heights of individuals. It could also be complexion. It could be probably age. It could be maybe their sizes, different metrics, okay? But we're going to be using such that will be very easy for everyone to lay hold on most cases. You don't need all those big grammar and ratio analysis to make the best of informed decision as far as the stock market is concerned. Sometimes all you need to do is to reduce equity analysis, sometimes to arithmetic, sometimes to literature. If you are able to get it right, you just go ahead, make that investment, and you're bound to make a lot of returns on such. So we're not going to be, bamboozling you with ratios that you might need to now begin to ask me, Abayomi, how do I calculate this or that, right? So we're going to be looking at all this because as we speak now, Zenith, Guaranty, Access, UBA have released their audit report to the market. We're going to be using essentially these results to gauge the performances. And at the end, you should on your own be able to say, this is better than this, or this is not as good as this, or that they are more or less the same. But the idea is to get you intimated, to get you informed in such a way that when you are taking the decision to invest in any of them, you will not be confused. You will not necessarily even need to rely on anybody at all, right? But after that, we will create the time to do real estate if time permits us. But so far so good. Today, on the floor of the Nigerian Stock Exchange, it has been a negative of 0.08% in the broad index, NSE All Share Index. You will also agree with me that the market in the last couple of weeks have been more or less down. All right, we are going to be taking the time to also look at such, right? So talking about all the key indicators, right, with which you can gauge the performances or activities on the floor of the Nigerian Stock Exchange. The All-Share Index is down 0.08%, NSE 30 down 0.12%, NSE 50 down 0.11%. ASEM is marginally up 0.13%. NSA Banking down 0.14%, NSA Corporate Governance down 0.05%, NSA Consumer Goods is currently looking up 0.03%, Industrial Index is flat 0.00, NSA Insurance down 0.94%, NSA Lotus down 0.06%, NSA Mainboard down 0.17%, NSA Oil and Gas down 0.13%, NSA Pension down 0.11%. However, NSA Premium Index is currently looking up 0.03%. We would continue to get you intimated as trading continues while this program runs for today. And what we will be doing is to link up with activities on the floor of the Nigerian Stock Exchange as we speak now, looking at those equities that are currently making waves on the stock exchange, as I can see here, live and direct, except for UBA and Access. Other top gainers are those that I could call neophytes or Lilliputians on the stock exchange. For example, ICO Insurance. Why is it a Lilliputian? The price is just 77 kobo. So far, so good today. It is leading the market with a growth of 8.45%. Another neophyte as far as the Nigerian equity market is concerned, Union Diagnostics. Union Diagnostics is a neophyte because the price is just 30 kobo, right? So, but then it's currently up 7.14%. I'm going to be asking Aruna when I bring him up now what he sees in Union Diagnostics, because I know that he knows the origin of the stock. We knew it so well before it got listed on the floor of the Nigerian Stock Exchange. Another Lilliputians, MC Nichols. Why is it a Lilliputian? As I can say it now, 60 kobo is the price, but it has done so well in the last couple of weeks. Sometimes you just need to take consideration of this low price equities, because sometimes you could get a huge percentage gain in some of them. For example, MC Nicole, it has continually generated a measure of attentions on the stock exchange. So far, so good today. It is up 5.26%. United Capital PLC. You know, the market punished UCAP when they released earnings slightly lower than what they brought the previous year, and of course, dividend lower than what it released in its 2017 account. Trust the market. All that the market is interested in, no matter how marginal, all they want to see is that you are doing better than you did in the previous year. So as we speak now, UCAP seems to be recovering from that shock that greeted the price at the release of their 2018 audited account. Dangote Flour had been very, very active in year-to-date end of February 2019. Dangote Flour was actually the highest in percentage gain on the floor of the Nigerian Stock Exchange with a growth of 81%. All right. So Dangote Flour, so far so good today, has been able to manage marginal growth of 1.4%. UBA is up, though marginally. Anything could still happen before the close of trading session today. It is currently up 1.34%. Access, thank God, we're going to be doing peer-to-peer analysis of the two of them. One is selling at 7 naira 55 kobo, while one is selling at 5 naira 85 kobo. We're going to be showing you which one is cheap and which one is not cheap. And we're going to be telling you not just that, the reason why that one that is perceived to be cheap is cheap, and that one that is perceived not to be cheap is not cheap. That is what figures we always tell you. According to Aruna Kebira, figures don't have emotion. All right. So those that are also losing include Ikeja Hotel, Sovereign Trust, MPF Microfinance, Name Insurance, Jaiz Mutual Benefits, Lasaco, Transcorp, FCMB, and Union Bank PLC. All right. So I will go on a short break. When I return, it will be the time for Aruna Kebira and myself to look at all these figures, telling you which one is cheap, telling you which one is not cheap, and the factors behind them. We will also be telling you what the market has done so far so good in 2018 and 19, and particularly after the election, and why the market is currently behaving the way it is. Meanwhile, StocksWatch Weekly newspaper is right there on the vendor. So what you will be reading on the pages of StocksWatch Weekly newspaper for this week include all the results that have been released to the market, particularly between the last week when the weekly publication was released and this current week. So we're going to be seeing the earnings analysis in there. Besides that, why is the market currently down? We're going to be showing you the factor, and that is what we call facts behind unabated market decline, particularly after the general elections 2019. And the peer-to-peer analysis between UBA and Access Bank, if you want the hard copy that you can always make reference to, particularly between now and when the first quarter reports of these institutions will be released to the market, you get on the pages of StocksWatch Weekly newspaper. It is circulated all over the country, maybe Port Harcourt, Abuja, Kano, Gombe, Meduguri, anywhere that you can think of, the newspaper is available. So I go on a short break. I will be returned very shortly, and don't change this television channel, because the next session is going to be explosive, talking about the release of information you can use. I'll be right back.
For over 3 decades, people world over have improved their health and well-being by its rich ingredients. A unique blend of essential amino acids, multivitamins, and minerals specially formulated to combat stress and fatigue. The golden promise of Astamine is being enjoyed by more and more people who have found the deepest secret of living life at its peak. Astamine. Get healthier.